Good morning from the Yarn Closet in Tucson, Arizona. I am Laura.
I'm Prue.
Yeah, remember Prue who trimmed her bangs herself the other day?
Don't tell them that.
But honey, the thing is, they're beautiful anyway because you have that curly kid hair.
Yeah, I wanted no bangs here, but I just wanted bangs here.
Okay.
So that's why I look like this crazy.
But you know who
hair.
you look like? You
Prue.
look like Elsa.
I look like Elsa?
You totally look like Elsa.
Ow.
Who do I look like?
No, you don't have two braids.
No, I don't have two braids, but I have orange hair and you have yellow hair. Okay.
No, Elsa has white hair, Anna has brown hair.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay, you go. I'm going to finish.
I'm gonna be back.
Okay, but you can't when because I need to finish, okay?
Okay.
Will you go, please? Prue, are you being obedient? No, or you will have consequences. We are the Yarn Closet in Tucson, Arizona. That is Yarn Closet AZ on Instagram, the Yarn Closet blog over on Patreon, where you can get free pattern downloads in crochet, knit, and loom knitting. Please move because you are blocking part of the show. And oh my gosh, I know you can watch me from right there.
No, I can't see it.
Here, sit on this chair. So like everybody else, we have no school for her for 2 weeks minimum. Go, God bless you. Go get a Kleenex, okay? My son is online schooled, so he's still on school. I'm gonna try to get him to just work a little bit faster because I have the sneaking suspicion we may not even finish out the year in real life school. We live in Arizona. We live in Tucson, which is a heavily populated area for the elderly and the snowbird elderly, which means we're coming up to that point where a lot of them go back to their summer residences somewhere else. So I think our state is trying to be as proactive as possible in the coronavirus issues, which is fine. My husband has a terminal lung disease, and so we are totally behind doing whatever we have to minimize his chances without being incredibly crazy. Like, I always have a couple of big packs of toilet paper, so I have actually not bought any more toilet paper. I have the regular amount of cat food and dog food. I haven't bought any extra. We don't use hand sanitizer because it's hard on Prue and my sensitive skin and stuff, and Connor's and my migraines. So we just wash as much as we can. And use baby wipe sanitizers instead. I hope you guys are all doing well and keeping your spirits up. Now here's the trick. Because I know the little corner we've created here, this community, is a lot of people like me who are always housebound. I'm legally blind. So I'm pretty much always housebound, and I have been for going on 15 years. But as you know, that child was not 15 years old. You can still have a life and be housebound. I was housebound and I met a husband. Our 6-year anniversary is in June. You know what? Life still goes on and is still functional. If you do that again, that is not a nice thing. Do you want me to stick my tongue out at your friends?
No.
Okay. So let's...
How do we make it like...
We can't anymore.
How?
It's that way now. You can't anymore. If you try to, you will break it. So let's be an encouragement to those around us who are experiencing this houseboundness for the first time. And let's try to share some of our wisdom and realize that we are now a resource So I am going to try, even though everybody's home and life is crazy, I'm gonna try to do a few shorter but more frequent podcasts, because I value the 20 people who watch me on a regular basis. I know that I would like my podcasters because I don't watch regular TV. I rarely even watch stuff on Prime or Netflix or anything like that. I'm predominantly on YouTube or listening to podcasts or books on tape, which is also going to be limited because I have little ears around, so my electronic lady will not be able to just read me stuff. Magnus, will you stop? Do you want to go let him out? S-E-I means nothing. Yes, Y-E-S. Okay, if you need to, you can shake the bag and give him one. Don't give a big one to check. Shh. Go on, go on. Go on. Sadie, outside. So that's my deal. I wish all my people were putting up shorter, more frequent videos. I'm gonna have to try to find some new people. So here is my update. Does anybody remember my Peace Fleece sweater? What? Okay, I didn't block it very well. I'm not as experienced with blocking, especially sweaters, as some people. You know, this is my second year of sweaters, and I'm not that make 4 in a month kind of person. Who is doing this? People are playing with my things. It's not making me very happy. All right, just one apiece, please. Thank you. Thank you. So,
I left Chip in here because I know he's going to be really loud and the neighbors outside.
oh, thank you, Prue. So, here's the deal. I wanted to find out, since Peace Fleece, I got it on sale. It's a discontinued color. There was a sale. It was back before the holidays. Peace Fleece is only like $13 a skein, $10 a skein. I got mine for $9 plus a discount code and free shipping. This only took 3 skeins. I wanted to figure out if there was a gauge that I could do a worsted weight at that was, how do I say it? Okay, like I like this gauge. I like the way it looks. Okay? But I live in Tucson. So even when it's cold, I don't need that much wool crazy. Even when I'm on my little scooter in the morning when it's 30 degrees, like it was much of this last summer. So I decided, what's a 6.5 needle? So 6.5, 6, 5.5, 5. And I decided, well, 6.5 is kind of a slightly see-through gauge. It's very loose. It makes it more drapey. That's what I thought. Let's be realistic, people. Now, if this had been a merino, a superwash merino, I think it would be a lot softer and a lot drapier. It's Peace Fleece. It's mohair and a more rustic wool, okay? So what I did was a split hem. I started to knit a I did this in the round from the bottom up, okay? So I knit 2 sections of ribbing, then I connected them in the round, and I knit a tube all the way up to here. Then I 3-needle bound off what I wanted for my shoulders. I then did a little, there's just a little bit of ribbing here. Can you tell? And then I wanted to learn steeking. So I steeked my armholes. I had to do these sleeves 4 different times. And a lot of you are saying, well, this is why I don't do sweaters, because the idea of redoing your work that many times. Now, I totally get that. The idea of redoing a blanket that many times, or a purse, or a shawl, I mean, I get that. Those things I would fudge. But when you're gonna wear it, you want it a certain way. And what I'm learning is, it's far more satisfying to get what you want in the end. Kind of like childbirth. You kind of forget that you redid these sleeves 4 times. You're just enjoying them now. Although they're not exactly what I wanted. Because guess what? Piece fleece has no real drape to it. I don't know what I was thinking. What I was thinking was it was the right size, the worsted weight, but it wasn't the right material realistically, but it was inexpensive, and I wanted to try piece fleece. I wanted to try something because I do actually like knitting with the more rustic stuff. I just don't know what application would quite be right for it. And maybe if I had made this in pieces, so it would have been a bit more structured, I think I would be happier with it in the piece fleece. Now I do have enough yarn that if I wanted to take these out and redo them, I could redo them. So I steeked my armholes and I steeked my front. These folded are just at my elbow. If I unfold it, it's just past my elbow, but not enough in this yarn that it doesn't kind of clump. I think if it was a merino, it'd be just fine. I wanted something, you know, just past the elbow to bracelet length. And I wanted something a little bit bigger, not fitted. You need to not do that while I'm podcasting, okay?
I'm playing.
I got it.
I have to play.
Then I you know, followed all the different tutorials. So I have this big contrasting crocheted steek. And then because of the neckline that I wanted, the kind of boat neck open, what I didn't like when I wore it just open is it was just floppy in this. Look, that's not nice looking. And I don't have any ribbon, and I didn't want to spend the money or the effort to do ribbon in there. I know, what did I just say about redoing? I didn't want to do buttons, although there's a great 1-row button band or buttonhole thing tutorial that Fat Squirrel does. It's also on the blog for Isabella Kramer. I am going to try that the next go round. But I saw on Very Pink Knits snaps. Well, honey, I've got snaps because I bought the snap kit once from Amazon, so you know you have snaps to get through the next millennia. So I put in, no, you broke a thing.
No.
Come here. Yeah, it's totally broken in half. It cannot be fixed. You must throw it away now because it is dangerous.
Can you tape it together?
No, that's not going to work on that. You must throw it away because now it is dangerous.
I need 3 spoons.
Then get a regular spoon out of the cupboard.
Like a metal spoon?
So anyway, I saw on Very Pink Knits that she did this on a flip over mitten, and I thought, well, that's going to get a fair amount of wear and tear, so this is going to work. It worked to put them in very easily. They're, you know, they're kind of hidden. The color is really perfect for that. Lining them up was difficult, but then what I realized, because of my fabric being more loose, I don't like undoing them. But it works, and I have to reblock it and hope that some of the wonkiness will work itself out. Size-wise, I like it. Construction-wise, it was fun and fast to do the body tube, and now that I know, you know, the rest of this, I think I could do that much faster. I can honestly say I didn't love steeking the sleeves, but because of the drop shoulder and the bigger sleeve, it doesn't really matter, so I'll probably do it again, and I'm going to try it with some superwash. Because you can steek anything, you just have to do the reinforcements. I didn't love the reinforcements that I did with the crochet, but I did it where there were extra rows in the middle, and what I'm seeing in some of the other ones is people who actually crocheted right next to where they cut were a little bit neater, more friendly. However, it does just fold back and lay back so nicely that it's not that big of a deal. Because, you know, I don't know, you can't really tell, but there are some...
Mom, Dad's awake, and can I use this because I'm doing a little bakery?
Yes, you can do that for bakery play. So I got it done, and I'm thrilled.
3 spoons so I get this spoon.
And I'm having allergies. I am not infected. I'm having allergies. We have this huge grapefruit tree, which is already budding, and I'm allergic to grapefruit, so I totally react. It's obnoxious. So to try to keep my sanity during this time, I made a smitten mitten. I'm on my way to number 2. And look at this, gusset. There's a gusset. So I'm gonna make...
Oh, he's the little baby.
Ooh, you found it? That was the thing you wanted the other day?
For this.
Okay, so I'm making the second one. Remember how I got that square needle in the Knit Picks sampler pack? Well, it came with this round one. I'm not loving it, so I may actually put that in a gift one of these days. Because it's not very pointy. Because of my bad vision, I really like the slightly more pointy.
Mom, I have some of this for coffee if you want.
No, thank you.
Okay.
So that may go in a gift one of these days. I may put out some extra gifts to keep people's morale up during this seclusion time. But yeah, this is the Smitten Mitten pattern, which is stashlounge.com. It's a free pattern. It was easy to do. I've wanted to figure out this whole gusset business. I have had a hard time with the whole socks. I think I'm going to try to do a heavier weight sock with a gusset heel, flap gusset thing. See how that goes. But yeah, it was fun. It went relatively fast. I should have used a smaller needle here. I just couldn't find one at the time.
Here's some coffee. Where are you, Dad?
I'm also going to do the pattern at some point without the ridges here and here, only doing the ridges during the gusset section. Because I think that'll look fine and be actually a little bit faster. There is a free pattern on Church Mouse Yarns and Tees website called the Linen Stitch Loop. It is a slip stitch pattern for a, what do we call that? Cowl. So I'm going to use these two color slip stitch because I want to learn how to do that kind of color work you get with the slip stitch. And I'm using this set of 5mm square needle that I got. From Knitter's Pride, the Nova Cubics. Now here's the deal, people. It's very lightweight. It looks metal, but it feels like plastic. I don't like it. I like the square, but I don't like that it feels like plastic. So we'll see how it goes when I actually do the whole thing on it, if I like it better. I do notice the difference in my neck. Okay, since I had the breast surgery, the 2 surgeries last year, I get a lot of, with a lot of knitting, I get a lot of pain and stuff in here. I've got a lot of adhesions. So my first thing is that I don't like them, but we'll see how it actually goes with knitting something.
Some Randall coffee.
Now with the,
Want some coffee?
if you interrupt me again, there will be a consequence.
Okay, I love you.
The Knit Picks sampler set with the wooden 4-square majestic wood, it's a wooden needle, so you have that same thing. I like that better, and I definitely may look into getting a small set of those because they're more inexpensive than the metal ones. I'm getting a single Addy because I think in the long run that square needles may be the way I need to go for a lot of things. But I'm trying not to go crazy. I'm trying to just get a few here and there to try and really see. Because like right now, I have major neck pain here from an injury I had many years ago, 25 years ago now. The joy of being 48. So we'll be talking more about square needles, and we'll be talking more about the slip stitch coming up. Hopefully I will finish that mitten and do a couple more. Hey, quiet.
I'm baking. I can't be quiet when I'm baking.
Hey, you're still talking back and being argumentative.
I'm doing the consequences.
Then do it very quietly, whispery. I'm not the summer mom, and if we are all of a sudden on a 5-month summer break, I just don't know who's gonna last. Especially when everything's closed and you can't go anywhere. Because my son's gym is closed, and I don't blame them. I think they're doing absolutely the right thing. Oh, I thought this was my needle. No, it's a crochet hook. So yes, so here is that Knit Picks squared wooden needle. You don't, I don't know how to explain it. You just hold them so much more lightly. It's kind of crazy. So this is that Week of the Willard sweater. I did not the neckline that they had, but I did this little bit of rolled garter stitch. I just had to take a break from it because it was so great to learn some of the things that I learned, like knitting into the back loop with the yarn overs. I mean, can you see that? It's blowing out. I never knew that before, and that was in the pattern. Isn't that great? Oh, that's great. So I'm going to get back to this also and hopefully make some progress on that over the next couple of weeks. Thank goodness we bought all the bikes. She's got a little 4-wheel pedal bike. It's like a go-kart style. We live on a cul-de-sac, so there will be a lot of moms sitting in the front while the kids just go around the circle. a small adult tricycle my son drives. And then I have Pinky, the electric tricycle, scooter, 2-seater. And I may actually drive the bike up to Walgreens and CVS because I can get there. Walgreens is about a mile, CVS is half. When I need to get little bits of things to get a little more exercise in for me. I made my grocery order yesterday. Normally I would make my grocery delivery order and I would get a time frame within the next 2 to 3 days. Yesterday was Sunday. The first opening for delivery was next Saturday.
Red.
And I'm telling you people, that's not because all the elderly and people who need the delivery service are utilizing it.
Flower milk. Flower milk.
I'm really concerned about some of the elderly places, like where Kitty just moved into. They are going to be limiting visitors. They're going to be, I think to begin with, you're not going to be allowed to bring any visitors into the dining hall. The dining hall may be closed, or they may significantly limit the amount of people that they serve at a given time. They've been talking about a lot of different things, and they've canceled activities, a lot of the activities. So it's going to be interesting to see how things like that go. But then there are so many people there who still need groceries. How are they going to get them? Because they're not letting the delivery people in now. So that's kind of a challenge. I mean, I just really feel for our country right now. I'm glad we're doing this for the people that we're going to save as a result of it. But once again, people, let's remember this as far as regular flu season goes also. Because during regular flu season, on the low end of the spectrum, we lose 22,000 people. Those were the numbers. That was the low end of the spectrum of what the CDC thought we were going to lose. People die in the United States from the regular flu this year. Those lives are just as valid as the lives being lost from the Corona flu. And I think we all need to remember that in upcoming years. The hand washing, the being more conscientious during flu season, and being more conscientious for the vulnerable population. That's my 2 bits. So look with your heart first, and find ways to look with your heart first during this crisis. So I hope you enjoy the extra podcasts, and we will talk to you soon. Look with your heart first. Prue says bye.
Bye.